This is WKYT This Morning.
Kentucky mornings start right here on WKYT. Good morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. It is Wednesday, September 7th. Let's get to the news making headlines this morning.
And it's right now coming up on 6:31. A woman found murdered in her Boyle County home, and her teenage daughter has now been arrested hundreds of miles away. And this morning we have some brand new details in this increasingly complicated case.
How ITT Tech is reaching out to students today after announcing it's closing all campuses for good.
And a look at how one of Lexington's oldest bars is planning to pay a tribute to its past, and the whole neighborhood got in on this. We'll have the details on that and a lot more coming right up.
All right, Micah.
Yeah.
We got a lot more. I know. He's just like, I know.
Here comes the weekend.
Listen, people have been so nice to me now. The weather's been nice.
Sure.
I'm telling you, when it turns bad, it's like you see them looking at you in the supermarket, just pointing at you.
What have you done for us lately, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's been pretty nice. So I've actually had a few hugs lately.
Aww.
And that's nice. 64 degrees right now in Danville and Boyle County. Now, you go southbound, it actually feels really nice. But central, north, and western zones, it's a little bit muggy outside. We're sitting at 70 degrees there in Lexington, and then Lawrenceburg, go up toward Peaks Mill, Stamping Ground, Georgetown, Frankfort, my friends there, Shelbyville, Simpsonville, where the outlet malls are, across 64. Looking good early this morning, 90 degrees by the afternoon. It's going to be warm. A little bit more humidity today, but you'll really start to feel it the next few days, really. That means some rain's on the way. I'm going to show you when that arrives, coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, let's get right to the news.
New details this morning in the murder case of a Boyle County woman.
Right, state police say Rhonda Oakley's body was found last week by her stepson when he came home from school. Oakley's teenage stepdaughter has been arrested in New Mexico along with an older man. And our Michelle Chamberlain is at our alert desk with some brand new information on this. Michelle?
Yeah, we're learning 911 dispatchers in New Mexico referred to Jenna Oakley as a primary suspect of a homicide that occurred in Boyle County, Kentucky. Now this, according to court documents obtained by WDRB. After the 15-year-old went missing last Thursday, investigators tracked a cell phone, eventually finding her in a motel parking lot in New Mexico. Police say Oakley was sitting in her stepmother's car that was reported stolen with 20-year-old Kenneth Nye. Nye is charged in New Mexico with possessing stolen property and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Now, Kentucky State Police say Nye has bonded out of jail and is currently not facing any charges here in Kentucky. As for Oakley, she is currently in the Curry County Juvenile Detention Center. Police would not say if she's facing any charges. And Bill, like you said, this is becoming an increasingly complicated case.
Well, we'll stay on top of it. Michelle, thank you very much. New this morning, a man is in critical condition and another in the hospital after a crash in Fleming County. State police say 59-year-old George Kasich lost control of his car on Ewing Road and hit Sean Schaefer's motorcycle. Schaefer was flown to UK Hospital. Kasich is in the Mason County Detention Center and is facing several charges this morning, including DUI. A former University of Kentucky board chairman is charged with rape, sodomy, and bribing a witness. A grand jury indicted 76-year-old Billy Joe Miles in Davis County Circuit Court. Investigators say the rape happened in early July. Miles was arrested but later bonded out of jail. He served 3 terms on the UK board between 1995 and 2013, appointed by 2 governors, and was chairman from 1999 until 2002.
New on WKYT this morning, a Lexington woman is accused of forcing a 15-year-old to have sex for money. Brenda Hopewell is charged with human trafficking. Police say she took the money the teen made and paid her with cocaine. Hopewell will be arraigned today. Also new this morning, Darian Richardson is charged with a Lexington robbery. Police say he and another man robbed a Circle K back in March. Looking at surveillance video, police say they recognized a hoodie Richardson was wearing from his Facebook page. Richardson will also be arraigned today.
Well, here's a difficult position to be in. Thousands of college students are left with uncertainty and lots of, looking for answers this morning after ITT Technical Institute suddenly shut down.
The for-profit college chain announced it's closing all of its 130 campuses nationwide, including right here in Kentucky. Today, the college plans to address student concerns. WKYT's Lauren Miner joins us live with details. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Bill and Andrea. I think the word shocked best describes how ITT students were feeling yesterday after receiving an email at 7 a.m. saying the doors will not reopen here at the school. Yesterday, a group of upset students gathered outside in the parking lot of the school, many just looking for answers on what to do next. I spoke with a few nursing students, some only having a year left, others having a semester, all having one goal: to further their education. Around 2 weeks ago, the Department of Education issued a notice to the CEO of ITT Tech saying they are no longer allowing the school to enroll new students with federal aid. In the email sent to students yesterday, the school stated alternatives were presented to the Department of Education but were rejected. Now, the Department of Education is hoping to answer questions and concerns of ITT students during a nationwide webinar, which is scheduled to happen today at 10 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you are wanting to participate in those webinars, just head to our website, WKYT.com, and we have a link there. Reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, good information. Thank you very much. A flight from northern Kentucky to Houston had to make an emergency landing in Nashville because of an unruly passenger. Investigators say after the United Airlines flight took off from the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky airport last night, passenger Mohammed Al-Dasari broke one of the plane's bathroom doors, threw up in a sink, and started speaking loudly. He's charged with public intoxication and disorderly conduct. Police say he admitted having 8 lemon drop drinks before the flight. Fort Campbell says about 1,400 soldiers with the 101st Airborne Division will deploy to Afghanistan this fall. The post on the Kentucky-Tennessee border says the soldiers from the 3rd Brigade Combat Team will deploy in support of Operation Freedom's Sentinel.
Well, as Lexington looks for a new place to locate City Hall because it is so expensive to keep up the current one, another option is apparently on the table this morning. The Lexington Herald-Leader building is located where Main and Midland run together on the east side of downtown. Apparently, some architects are saying that that building and its surface parking could be ideal. There's a commentary about that in the paper today. The Herald-Leader is looking for other office space downtown after moving its printing operations to Louisville. Kentucky's 1st Congressional District is officially open this morning as far as there's no one representing that part of the state in Washington. Republican Ed Whitfield's resignation took effect yesterday. Governor Matt Bevin has called a special election for November 8th. That's the same day as the general election. They'll be on the ballot twice. The winner will serve out Whitfield's term, which ends in January. Republicans have nominated James Comer for the special election. Comer is already facing Democrat Sam Gaskins in the general election for that seat, and Democrats are expected to nominate Gaskins for the special election as well. Kentucky Attorney General Andy Beshear is expected to give an update on the legal battle between the University of Kentucky and the school's own student newspaper today. The university filed a lawsuit against the paper, the Kentucky Kernel, over the summer. That lawsuit stems from the newspaper's request that UK release documents in a sexual assault and harassment case. The university denied the request, but Attorney General Andy Beshear ruled in the student paper's favor. Beshear will discuss the issue further during a news conference that is to be held later this morning. And we love this story because it's a community really coming together in a part of town. Lexington's oldest bar is planning to pay a tribute to its past.
A lot of history with that place. Chevy Chase Inn on Euclid Avenue will be putting up this neon sign you see on your screen today. It's recreated from a classic sign that stood outside the bar decades ago. The owners of the bar say after buying the business last year, they found pictures of the old neon sign, and that gave them an idea.
We felt that we needed to bring that back. We didn't have the funds to do it completely by ourselves, so we did a Kickstarter, and thankfully the neighborhood thought this was a good enough idea that they would support it, and here we are.
Ruggles Signs will install the new neon sign this afternoon. Chevy Chase Inn opened during the 1930s, shortly after the end of Prohibition. Like you say, we love that. Coming together.
Yeah, them stepping up, and the sign is going to be iconic, and I love the fact that it says air conditioned.
Oh, I know.
You know, back in those days, I mean, it was a big deal if you had an air-conditioned establishment.
Especially on days like today.
Exactly.
You're going to appreciate it. Fans of the late Gene Wilder can catch one of the actor's most popular movies tonight. Movie Tavern in Brandon Crossing in Jessamine County will show the 1971 version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory tonight and tomorrow. The theater will show the movie at 7:30 p.m. both days. Tickets
just $5. Wilder died last week due to complications from Alzheimer's disease. But what a memorable career and a memorable role he played in Willy Wonka.
You'll definitely get your money's worth with that one. A $5 ticket is almost unheard of these days, and that is a classic.
Yeah, and I'm sure air-conditioned as well.
There you go. Now let's check to see how traffic is moving this morning.
Let's check in with Officer Dodd in live drive traffic. He's out there at 98.1 The Bull. Good morning.
Good morning. On Newtown Pike, just past the interstate, there's a two-car non-injury crash. It's blocking part of the right lane. Just happened a few ago. So traffic will get past that one, but it could be a slight delay for you there, exiting the interstate if Newtown Pike is part of your route in. Let's get a look at drive times for now. From Nicholasville, 13 minutes. Georgetown averaging 16, and Richmond about 31 across the Clays Ferry Bridge. Live look outside. No major issues to report right now. We're looking good through all of our major intersections, including that one at Winchester and New Circle, courtesy of the Lexington and Fayette Urban County government. Now back to you in the studio.
And beautiful pink on the horizon there as the camera's looking east. Don, thank you. Get the latest traffic and weather info anytime with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. Download that. It's free. It's in the app or Google Play stores and easy to do.
Can't beat that.
Absolutely. Good to have you along on WKYT here on this Wednesday morning. It's hump day, everybody. And right now, 6:42 is the time.
We've got more news on the way. Still to come, anything can happen on live TV. We know that to be true, including a fight with an alligator. Uh-oh. That video is going viral, and we've got it after the break.
My man's a stud. I would have thrown that thing, man. I would not even have tried to fight with that. Hey, weekend rain chances will be here, but before that, we even have some rain chances in the forecast, too. How that's going to affect your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday events and plans. I'll have that coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
But we have a great looking sunrise early this morning. Sunrises are getting later, and sunsets are getting earlier and earlier. That's just the way it's going to go the rest of the year. Live sky camera, there's your shot, and it's a good looking start to the day. Now, sky cams all across the region really look pretty good. I don't see any issues whatsoever as you're heading out and about. Temperatures are in the 60s and even a few 70s. And you can see there in Lexington, Frankfort, right around 70 degrees. The farther south and southeast you go, that's where the warmest air is not located. So as you're heading out and about, south and southeast actually feel pretty nice outside. We head towards your afternoon. I don't see any issues. You'll have a few clouds building and temperatures right there around 90 degrees once again. So we stay dry today. Tomorrow, much of your day is going to be dry. I don't see many issues whatsoever. Heading off toward the evening and night, there is that possibility of actually seeing a few storms move on in. There are the clouds building on in, 7 a.m. right around 70 degrees. Afternoon will be in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. But watch this as we go into the evening hours. You're going to see some clouds building off in the distance. This is here in downtown Lexington. We're looking due north and northwest up towards 71 corridor. Anywhere from, I'd say, Frankfort north and westbound. That's your best bet of actually seeing some storms, and this particular model is picking up on that pretty well. So as of right now, out at Roy Kidd Stadium, I don't see much of an issue for rain there during the big football game. EKU taking on Pikeville. It's an in-state competition going on there tomorrow evening. Should be pretty nice. Muggy meter, listen, we're not looking at tropical weather in terms of the feel outside. It's not tropical. It's not extremely humid, but it's getting up toward oppressive. And I tell you this, I'm going to read a few things off of Twitter that some of you guys have sent in. And you didn't know you were going to get some hair tips from me early this morning, but some people have said, you got Jayla Hilton says, oh no, I was going to straighten my hair today, but kind of be pointless now. And also, you got Lynn Abney saying hitting that snooze button, right? You don't have to straighten the hair, hitting the snooze button. So there you go on Twitter. You guys always sending me funny little shots here and there. So just tweet it to me. If you got anything you want to talk about, anything, I don't care. I'll tell you all about what Bill Bryant does during a commercial break. Heck, I'll tell you right now, he dances and sings. It's not great, but it's fun. Just tweet it at me. That's another good shot right there.
Not great.
I'm just saying. It's
Hey,
a 7
buddy.
out of 10, okay? Little partner enjoying the nice sunset. That's a cool shot of that little boxer running around from Kentucky Girl _UK. Guys, the best chance of rain is going to be on Saturday at 60%. There you go. So
He's not talking to you anymore, so I'll have to talk to you now.
He's not even looking at me.
Look, as long as I have hit records, I don't care if I get the awards. Right?
There you go. I like it. I like it.
I
That's
love
good.
it.
6:48 is our time on WKYT. A Boston sports anchor is gaining social media fame for his hilarious encounter with a flailing alligator. Here we are.
Oh, my
We'll show
goodness.
you.
It happened when WBZ sports anchor Steve Burton tried to wrangle the gator during a live segment, but the gator wasn't exactly feeling it.
It's okay. Come a little closer. I'm going to stay over here by Joni.
Do they know each?
No, hold him tight. Hold him tight. Hold him.
I am.
Hold him tight.
I am.
You got him.
I am.
That's okay. All right.
All right, Joni, you got it.
I am holding it. Stop trying. Burton, along with viewers, got a big kick out of that clip right there. Oh, I feel for him. You can't control those things. And, you know, as with anything these days, it didn't take long for this clip of Burton to start popping up across social media, much to his dismay, I'm sure.
Well, that's the way it is. Some around here remember what a horse did one time in our studio, but that's another story.
You don't want to know.
It was the necessary room for the day. All right, 6:49 on WKYT this morning. It's great to have you with us here on your Wednesday.
We've got a whole lot more news when we come back. Stay with us.
Coming up, we'll talk with Libertarian presidential nominee Gary Johnson and his running mate Bill Weld about immigration, terror, and poll numbers. Plus, why do so many people in this Italian village live past 100? More real news coming up on CBS This Morning, next.
Welcome back into WKYT This Morning, and CBS This Morning is coming up very shortly. There they are getting ready to go at the CBS Broadcast Center, and we'll have the latest coming up at 7, just a few minutes away.
We have new details. They're emerging in a murder case of a Boyle County woman.
That's one of the stories making headlines this morning locally. Michelle Chamberlain joining us now with a look at what's trending on the web. Michelle?
State police say Rhonda Oakley's body was found last week by her stepson when he came home from school. Now we're learning from a Louisville TV station that her teenage stepdaughter, Jenna Oakley, is being referred to as a primary suspect in the homicide. Now, the 15-year-old went missing following her stepmother's death, but investigators tracked a cell phone and eventually found her in a motel parking lot in New Mexico with Kenneth Nye. Also trending, the Department of Education is sponsoring nationwide webinars for all ITT students today for those concerned with their future, as it comes after ITT Tech announced the shutdown of all of its campuses nationwide. You can find a link to those webinars on WKYT.com. And Lexington's oldest bar is adding some new flair to pay tribute to its past. Check out our story on WKYT.com about the new neon sign going up today in the Chevy Chase Inn. Should be interesting.
It is, and it's going to be interesting to see the reaction that people have
I know.
once it's up and then lit up at night. You know,
It'll be fun.
Right. Well, this morning, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are gearing up to take the same stage, not at the same time now, back to back. That's later when they have the debates.
Crossing paths.
Yeah, right.
It's the first time they'll be at the same event at the same time. Hannah Daniels has the latest on Campaign 2016.
Tonight, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump will square off at a forum focusing on veterans and national security. During a rally in North Carolina on Tuesday, Trump told supporters if elected, he'd give his top generals a deadline.
They will have 30 days to submit to the Oval Office a plan for soundly and quickly defeating ISIS.
Trump also added Clinton's use of a private email server disqualifies her to be president. On Fox News, he defended his decision not to release his tax returns.
Nobody cares about it, but just so you understand, I'm under audit, a routine audit. When is she going to release her emails? She probably knows how to find it. Let her release her emails, and I'll release my tax returns immediately.
Clinton told reporters on board her campaign plane that Trump is, quote, dead wrong if he thinks voters don't care about his tax returns.
He clearly has something to hide. He owes it to the American people to come clean and release those tax returns.
The former Secretary of State continues to hit Trump on national security.
We're going to work with our allies, not insult them. We're going to stand up to our adversaries, not cozy up to them.
In the latest national poll, and for the first time since the Democratic convention, Trump has a narrow 2-point lead over Clinton. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
Nearly 30 years after an 11-year-old Minnesota boy was kidnapped, a man has admitted to the crime. Danny Heinrich says he sexually assaulted and killed Jacob Wetterling in 1989. As part of a plea deal, Heinrich led police to the boy's remains last week. He was already in custody on child pornography charges, but he will not be facing murder charges now. Prosecutors say the Wetterling family wanted a plea deal instead because it was more important to them to get answers as to what happened to Jacob.
New this morning, officials at an Orlando hospital say the only survivor of the Pulse nightclub massacre who is still hospitalized has been released. 2 days after the June 12th shooting, 6 victims remained in critical condition. Despite doctors' fears that the death toll could go higher, all of those 6 patients have survived. The attack killed 49 people and injured more than 50 others. The gunman was killed by police after a 3-hour standoff.
And this is just coming in. Dramatic video out of New Jersey from overnight after a bridge caught fire there. It happened right in the middle of the Beasley's Point Bridge. Nobody was hurt. The fire is causing a traffic impact, though, this morning, as you might imagine. Just tell your boss that the bridge was on fire as you get in late
Now,
today,
that excuse should pass, I think.
Probably will pass up there in New York.
Yeah.
Don't try that here.
Absolutely not. Yeah, you know Robert, our boss, Chris Mossman, they ain't taking that.
Don't you
one.
hope they're listening?
Yeah, live sky camera looks good, guys. 90 degrees by the afternoon with mostly sunny skies.
Good deal.
And nobody's more up to date than you to start your day. Thank you so much for being with us on WKYT.
CBS This Morning is next. Thanks for joining us.